Thanks for making KREM 2 News at 5 a part of your holiday night. I'm Cody Proctor. Well, what a weekend it has been for winter weather. Snow, brutally cold temperatures, rain, and freezing rain. But now a last-minute Christmas gift for you tonight, the beginning of a warm-up as we head into this last week of 2022. So let's go right over now to meteorologist Michelle Boss in the KREM 2 Weather Center tonight as she breaks down this forecast.
Yeah, the warming temperatures are going to bring great improvements in the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area. However, if you're doing some traveling across the inland northwest, there's still going to be some cold air and some icy conditions across those area roads, and also some hazardous travel across the passes. Satellite and radar right now shows the precipitation winding down. We had a mixture of rain and freezing rain today in the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area, but things are again settling down for the evening, not looking at any additional precipitation as we get on into the evening hours. And in fact, that winter weather advisory for much of northeastern Washington, including the Spokane area, will expire in about an hour. However, if you are traveling westbound into portions of central and south central Washington, we're still expecting some very icy conditions, especially along I-90 as you head out towards the Cascades and out towards the Tri-Cities, with additional ice accumulations through tomorrow of up to 1/4 of an inch. So still could be some very hazardous travel out in that direction. You can kind of see temperature-wise how things are just below freezing in Spokane at the airport, though expect temperatures to be rising overnight. It is at freezing in Coeur d'Alene, has been as warm as 36 degrees, well above freezing across the Palouse and Lewiston. But you can see that pocket of colder temperatures from Moses Lake to Wenatchee and Othello. I mean, any precipitation out there is coming down, freezing, and also those roads are still going to be very slick. So short-term forecast, cloudy skies tonight. Temperatures should stay right around freezing or warmer, and we'll be in the upper 30s tomorrow. So we're talking about plain old rain over the next couple of days with some windy and warm weather for Tuesday. We'll see highs in the middle and upper 40s.
Michelle, thanks so much. And meanwhile, it's been tough for drivers these past few days over the mountain passes. Stevens Pass remains closed tonight. The Washington State Department of Transportation says the road's currently covered with a sheet of ice. But some good news now. Snoqualmie Pass back open after yesterday's ice storm. This is a live look at the current conditions up at Snoqualmie Pass, and according to WSDOT, traction tires are advised at this moment. They made their most recent update within the last 10 minutes. Oversized vehicles are prohibited at this time. They have been reporting snow and slush on the roadway. It has also been compact in some places, and they are reporting rain showers up at Snoqualmie. Things can change, though, as we have seen very quickly up in the mountain passes, so be sure to be prepared for delays if you do plan on traveling over these next few days. And from the cold to the snow to the freezing rain, we have kept you updated about all of the winter travel conditions as thousands of people prepare to come home after the holidays. KREM 2 Shannon Mowdy is standing by in the newsroom tonight with what you need to know for the busy travel days ahead. And what can you tell us tonight, Shannon?
Well, Cody, the Washington State Department of Transportation anticipates tomorrow to be an especially busy travel day given those continued wintry weather conditions and pass closures. Winter weather has battered Washington State for days, mucking up many holiday plans.
You can just look outside and see that the conditions are not great for traveling.
This was what Snoqualmie Pass looked like Saturday afternoon, shut down because of slides, fallen trees, and freezing rain. Joe McHale with WSDOT says that pass is back open.
A little caveat to that, though, is that chains are required unless you have a four-wheel or all-wheel drive vehicle.
And even if you're not traveling that far outside Spokane, winter just keeps on giving this Christmas.
Freezing rain right now throughout much of the region, so travel conditions will be challenging.
Expect that to continue for the next couple days. Be prepared to add extra time for your travels. A look at WSDOT's holiday travel charts show Monday's peak congestion from noon to early evening between North Bend and Cleella. Expect more traffic there as Stevens Pass on Highway 2 stayed closed Sunday because of frozen roadways.
Things can change quick. Roads can open, they can reopen, so to continue to monitor and make sure people are planning ahead before they get in the car.
You can keep track of all road conditions on the WSDOT website or by downloading the WSDOT app. In the newsroom, Shannon Mowdy, KREM 2 News.
Shannon, thank you so much and really appreciate your reporting tonight. And WSDOT made it easy for you to get updates on the conditions up at Snoqualmie Pass. To get notifications on road closures and delays straight to your phone, text WSDOT Snoqualmie to 468-311 to get that information right to your phone. And with the worst of the winter weather moving out of the Pacific Northwest now, airports and travelers are still trying to recover from mass flight cancellations. We have heard from dozens of travelers who had to change their holiday plans because of delays and canceled flights over these past several days. It could also end up taking several days for airlines to get back on track. Now, things are getting back on track over in Western Washington after thousands of flights weren't able to take off over the past couple of days. Right now, there are 32 delayed flights at SeaTac, 9 cancellations at this hour. According to the Flight Aware Misery Map, you can see on your screen right there some of the worst airports around the country to travel through right now. That does include Denver as we take a look at that right there. Remember to check your flights before heading to the airport. And Alaska Airlines has the most flights delayed and canceled out of SeaTac. And here's what their website recommends you do if your flight was delayed. Change your flight online to one that better suits your schedule up to 1 day earlier or later. Cancel your trip online and receive future travel credit. Contact them to cancel your trip and receive a refund. And if your flight was canceled, they'll move you to the next available flight. If that doesn't work out for you, you can actually go online to find one that better suits your schedule up to 7 days earlier or later. Cancel your trip online and receive a future travel credit, or contact them to cancel your trip and receive a refund. And in the meantime, much of the country still digging themselves out today thanks to a winter storm that continues to march on east. Dangerous driving conditions, power outages, and widespread holiday flight delays and cancellations are part of the storm's powerful impact. The death toll is rising as a deep freeze, fierce winds, and feet of snow paralyze parts of the country. CBS's Christiane Benavides reports tonight.
The extreme winter storm pounded large parts of the U.S. while unleashing much of its fury on Buffalo, New York.
This is a war with Mother Nature.
A vicious blizzard in the upstate city dumped more than 40 inches of snow, knocked out emergency services, and stranded people in cars, places of work, and even their homes.
This is up to my waist.
We still have people who need to be rescued. We have people with their power off in our communities, and buildings where pipes are bursting and flooding is occurring, as is happening in my own home right now. So this is what's happening in real time.
The days-long storm hit South Dakota so hard that the National Guard was deployed to help stranded Native American communities short on vital supplies, including firewood. The so-called bomb cyclone put about 60% of the nation under advisory or warning and frustrated thousands of holiday travelers.
It's been adventure. It really has. I finally got into Seattle and tried to make a connection here, failed.
The lines were so long, went through security, got to our gate, happened to look up and said our flight was canceled.
And a scary incident ended well for a dog owner in Oklahoma. On Christmas Eve, rescuers helped save a pup that fell through the ice on a frozen lake. Christiane Benavides, CBS News.
Well, it has been 6 weeks since 4 University of Idaho students were found stabbed to death at a house just off the campus in Moscow. The case gained national attention and has become the focus of TikTok sleuths determined to solve the case, even if it means taking up their own interpretations of the facts. Now, U of I professor Rebecca Schofield suing a Texas woman for defamation over TikTok videos in which she says Ashley Geard accuses her of murdering the 4 students on November 13th. Schofield is asking for a jury trial, saying the videos are false, have made her fear for her life, and have damaged her reputation. Despite the lawsuit, Geards continued to post about Schofield on TikTok, with the most recent video going up yesterday on Christmas Eve. You can check out the full story on our website, KREM.com. A 24-year-old woman spending Christmas behind bars tonight after being arrested in connection to a murder in Medical Lake. Officials on scene and told KREM 2 News the man appeared to be shot in one apartment before fleeing to another. The Spokane County Sheriff's Office believed the attack was related to domestic violence. The woman's charged with second-degree murder. We've learned she is a 3-time convicted felon who was due back in court this Wednesday for an arrest back in August. Authorities arrested a 35-year-old man this week in relation to a shooting of another man in North Spokane. According to the Spokane County Sheriff's Office, that shooting took place this past Tuesday. After receiving the call, sheriff deputies arrived at the North Spokane RV campground for a man who appeared to be shot in the leg. Emergency crews took the victim to a hospital for what appeared to be non-life-threatening injuries. With the help of Spokane police, deputies took Cody Woods into custody. He's currently in Spokane County Jail.